Welcome. I am in Tel Aviv. Yes, this is the most casual I've been on Queer Conversations, but I just flew in. I've been in airports since, I don't even know, Monday, 4 p.m. EST, and now I guess it's Tuesday. So Tel Aviv right now, it's what, 1:30? 1:32. So welcome to Queer Conversations. I'm your host. Ah, I'm back. Okay. Hey, thanks for joining. You are with me live in Tel Aviv. We just got in just about midnight Tel Aviv time. We know where, I know where most people are. My circle, they're going to be at EST time, so it's in the evening. Usually, Virgin TV has Queer Conversations at 6 p.m. EST, but just landed. Hey, just landed, and so the show is 6:30 today instead of 6. I'm sure everybody understands. So left we flew in from Miami to Paris and had a wonderful day. My girlfriend Niki joined me on the trip. Hey, thanks. Hey. So yes,
hello.
For those of you who don't know, Niki Lopez is my girlfriend. She's an artist as well. Sonia, thanks for joining. Kavor, thanks for joining. You shared it to my personal page?
Yes.
Thanks for sharing. Yeah, Niki's always helping out here. So, yeah, so why am I here? That's a great question. So it's actually an interesting story. So I was at an LGBT event in Fort Lauderdale. I'm always going to different events. And it was an event for an organization called Our Fund, and they've been very supportive. Thou Art Woman, my event that I do for LGBT women and allies, actually got a grant from Our Fund. So I'm at the Our Fund reception in November, and a young man, his name is Jordan, came up to me and said, "Hey, are you G?" And I was like, "Yeah, I am." And he's like, "Okay, I was told I should meet you." I was like, "Okay, great." And he's like, "We'd like to fly you into Israel." Okay. So, I mean, that was, hey, thanks for joining. I'm in Tel Aviv. We're in Tel Aviv. So I'm just telling the story of how I ended up in Tel Aviv. So I'm at an event, meet somebody who approaches me, says he'd like to fly me into Israel. And then I come to learn that there is an organization called A Wider Bridge, and they do LGBT advocacy work in Israel. And they bring people who are not Jewish, like myself, and gay, like myself, to Israel for an LGBT mission. And so I'm an LGBT leader, as many of you know. I'm an LGBT advocate. In addition to doing this show, Queer Conversations, I share LGBT content in Verity TV overall, and I produce and host an event called Thou Art Woman. I've been pretty much consumed answering my call and just doing everything I can in LGBT advocacy. Like Kavor is in Jamaica. He knows I'm involved in Montego Bay Pride. So this is what I do. Hey, Anne-Marie, thanks for joining. Thanks, everyone, for joining. We're here in Tel Aviv. So we got in. It's very late. It's like midnight. Now it's like 1 o'clock, actually. It's 1 something. We got in at midnight, got in safely. Changed some US dollars to shekels. What do they call them?
Shekels.
Shekels, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Wider Bridge pretty much recruited, got me to come on this trip, and I would share that initially I was hesitant. I mean, you feel like when someone's like, "Hey, we want to fly you somewhere," that you're like, "Yeah, let's go." And a part of me was like, "That's great," but because it's Israel, it was more of a challenge for me. So I had some hesitance and with several phone calls, and I kept my mind open, and in the end decided that I would come to really see Israel from my own perspective. And also, I love LGBT advocacy work, and we'll be meeting with the top LGBT organizations here. And we're in a mission with 30 other leaders and our loved ones. So we will be meeting other leaders from the United States, from all over the country. I live in South Florida, so I know the advocates there. So I have friends who are coming from Florida here, but there are other states. I don't know those people, so I look forward to knowing those people and doing this work here. And they have a wonderful program planned for us while we are here. So I was just sharing that we spent the day. So we're in Tel Aviv, but we flew into Paris. So I had been to Paris in 2010, years ago. My sons were young at the time, and my former husband, but I haven't gone for a long time. And thank you. Yes, lots of people are saying be careful. We will be careful. We're being careful. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like many cities. So and we got in here at midnight. People are riding their bicycles and walking around, kind of like in New York City. What was I saying? So we get to Paris. So Niki's first time to Paris, and we landed and we took a bus in and went to of course, the Eiffel Tower. So we had a good time there, took some pictures, got back. And it's just been a wonderful, wonderful trip. Hey, Jane, thanks for joining. Thanks, everyone, for joining. This is Queer Conversations in Tel Aviv. It's our first time having a show here. And Niki's here with me. So, yes. And yes. So far, so good. We passed through Paris, had a great day in Paris. And it's just so crazy. Like, we were in Paris, and now we're in Tel Aviv. And we got here very late, so we haven't got the chance to see Tel Aviv. But we are going to see, the mission officially starts tomorrow. So we're in a very basic hotel that we got. I understand we're going to be in beautiful, fabulous hotels starting tomorrow. So we might should go live and share that fabulous hotel. But this hotel is just a very basic room. So yes, I was
just fine. But the thing we wanted to do is we have the lives, and we wanted to stay committed to that, even though we're on the other side of the planet and it's 1:00 in the morning, and we've been traveling for a day.
Yeah, it's been great point. So we were torn about that. Like, what do we do? Because Israel is 1:30 in the morning here, and our shows are like evening in Fort Lauderdale. So we decided. So after this show, Niki's gonna go and do her show 7:30 p.m. EST. Mm-hmm. Her show is the Circle on Niki Lopez Creative. So you can hop over there to hear what Niki's going to be talking about. So for those who just joined in, I'm in Tel Aviv. I was invited by an organization called A Wider Bridge. They invited LGBT advocates, leaders from the United States to come to Israel. We have a great 10-day mission. I'm excited. We're going to be in Jerusalem. We're going to be in I was going to say the West Bank. Mm-hmm. We're going to be in Galilee. Mm-hmm. I grew up in Jamaica where we were nearly all Christian culture, at least. I'm not a Christian, but I grew up in schools that, the public schools were even Christian. So I know the names Bethlehem and everything. Come on over, Niki. She's saying, why is she seeing only half of Niki? Because she's over there.
Because I'm here, but I'm also working.
She's working.
I'm sharing the posts. So that's what we do when we do our lives. One person's live, the other person is sharing within the group, and we kind of tag team, and normally you're interviewing someone else. So
right. So either in or out. If you're gonna do that, then
I didn't know I was out.
No, you were halfway in. Sonia was saying thank you everyone for joining us. So she was saying, here's all of Niki. So yes, as you can see, so Niki is here with me, and I thank the Wider Bridge for that. That's very generous. That they invited me and said, hey, can I bring my girlfriend? And they said yes. Right. That's great. I asked if I could bring my children, my dog, her cat. She has a son too. We're like trying to get 8 of us to come. No, I'm joking. I didn't ask all of that. So I think we were the only black folks on the plane coming from Paris to Tel Aviv. That was very interesting. I don't think I've ever had that experience, but we're good. Yes. So what else am I going to talk about here? So we talked about a mission. It's 10 days.
Did you say why you wanted to do it? Yeah.
Yeah, I talked about why. And I talked about some of my advocacy work. So it's mostly been, I have done so much. I guess my first part of advocacy work was, we don't think of it as typical advocacy, because I started Thou Art Woman, which is an LGBTQ open mic night for women, started in 2014. So it was a wonderful evening that has just really grown into this really massive, this beautiful event. And the next one is going to be March 2019. So that was probably what started me into advocacy like that. And it's not the typical way you think of, like, I have a, meeting. It was an event. It is an event. And then I started getting involved in Human Rights Campaign. HRC, my pal Nick, recruited me. I'm just always getting recruited. And I'm like, sorry. So I'm glad I was, though. HRC was a great experience. And then for the American Bar Association, I serve on the Commission for Sexual Orientation and Gender Identity, called the SOGI Commission. And then Vergy TV. Follow me on IG, Instagram, and follow me here. If you don't like this Vergy TV page, please like it and share this. And if you have any questions, that's a good question. Son, I was going to say, if you have any questions, ask me questions. I'm in Tel Aviv, guys, and it's 1-something in the morning here. So if you know me, I love my bedtime. So for me to be up talking, I really want to be here with you guys. So after this, I hope I'm going to support Niki's show, and then I'm going to fall out. The air conditioning also feels like Jamaican air conditioning. It's not really cold. It's just keeping it not hot. In this where we are. So what do you hope to accomplish over there, apart from seeing the Bible locations in person? You know what? That's a great question, Sonia. The trip actually is focused on LGBT advocacy. So we're going to be meeting the top LGBT organizations. We're going to have meetings with, just like how you have top ones in the United States, we're meeting with the top ones here. We're going to be meeting with their parliament, which I think is Knesset. We're going to meet with them. So every single day, let me just see, I have it printed. Let me just show you guys. Every single day there's a plan.
My plan is hoping to lose 10 pounds with all this.
Exactly. We're going to be walking. So just to give you an idea, this here, I don't know if you can see, this here is the itinerary. It's 17 pages. So every day is like we get downstairs at the hotel like 7:30 in the morning, have breakfast, and we go to meetings. We do go to destinations to like enjoy and so on. But every day it's like mission. So I also hope to, so what I actually hope to learn is more about the history of Israel, learn about, how is it here to be LGBT here, and learn, I look forward to connecting with other leaders in the United States. I'm saying it's going to be 30 of us, and I would really like to connect with the people who are passionate and driven like myself here. Ah, Jane is like, you're so dedicated. I know, Jane, we were torn about it because we realized before we came over, like, oh my God, 6 p.m. in Fort Lauderdale is a.m. over here, and we saw we're getting it at midnight. So I guess we still have a little energy because in our real life, our bodies know it's really like 7, whatever it is.
6:43.
It's really 6:43. So this is what we did to our phones too. So we did it like this, so you could see the time for Tel Aviv, Paris, and Fort Lauderdale at the same time. So, because it was just hard to kind of keep track.
Hi, Tia.
Hola, Tia. Yes, we're having a wonderful time. We spent a day in Paris. We got to go to the Eiffel Tower, and then we got here about midnight. So yeah, so what else do I want to accomplish? So meeting the people, connecting with people, learning the history of this country. I want to understand more about the conflict and possible resolutions, and I want to learn about LGBT
I want to hopefully meet the Kava group. There's an Ethiopian LGBT group in Israel. I don't know if we're going to get a chance to meet them.
We probably
that's who I'm hoping to.
We're going to be going to Ethiopian absorption center, so we'll be going there. I mean, this is a lot. Let's see here. What do we have? And if you have any other questions, please ask. Please ask. Let's see here. Okay, so tomorrow, meet and greet, and then the dinner. We have that. Yes, so we're going to be meeting on the second day, May 31st. We're going to be meeting 7 different organizations, LGBT organizations. And yeah, every day. It's just a lot every day. I can spend probably 2 hours just talking about it. So what I'm going to do, I don't do that well with, thank you for all the well wishes and thanks for joining us. It's 1-something here in the morning in Tel Aviv, here for a leadership mission with a wider bridge. I'm going to confess, I don't do that well with posting concurrent to when things are occurring because I get very involved with things that are happening. So I don't have my head is not like, oh, let me share this on social media till after. But I'm going to really try to get things up. I do want to share this journey. So I'll share photos and I plan to blog. I have a website, a blog site called verigtv.com, and I don't blog there that often. I write every week for the Sun Sentinel.
So that means next week, make sure someone asks her, what was your blog post?
Yes, so that's a good point. So I'm going to blog about it. I want to share pictures along the way and not wait. Usually what I do is I probably wait for several days and then I post an album 50 pictures. But I want to actually share things as closely as I can concurrently. I have a good question about what's the function of the Ethiopian Center. Let me read about that. I know that they have people that they bring in from Ethiopia who don't know the modern Judaic, I guess, religion. So let me see what they say here. So what do they do there? Yeah, we're going to meet with a Knesset on, let me not say the exact date. I don't know if I'm carried away. But no, early next week, we're going to meet with the Knesset, which is the parliament, which is how you have, I guess, the Senate in the United States. But Jamaica, where I grew up, we have a parliament as well. So I'm familiar with that. We're going to be in Jerusalem. For a few days, we're going to be in Jerusalem. Okay, here it goes. Oh, beautiful day. Actually going to be, I'm going to miss my son's 17th birthday.
Kala, that's the name of
the group.
Yeah.
I missed my son's 17th birthday, but I went all out. Usually he has a big party. This is the first year. He didn't want to have a big party, which was perfect. So I got him. I don't usually buy presents because I spent time like organizing his party and like the experience. So I got him some nice presents, kind of silly stuff I know he liked. And then when I get back, I'm going to do a mom and son road trip with him. So yeah, on that beautiful day, to answer your question, Sonia, we go to the Ethiopian absorption centers. Absorption centers are temporary living quarters which provide a soft landing and supportive framework for new Israeli immigrants from Ethiopia. So that's what it is, and they call them absorption centers. And what I love about it is that I have an Ethiopian name. For those of you who don't know, my name is Gannett. I go by G, also go by Gannett, my beautiful Ethiopian name my Jamaican parents gave me. Some Jamaicans change their names to Ethiopian names because of the religion of Rasta, but my parents who are not Rasta gave me an Ethiopian name. That's a whole other story. And then I don't know if I look as Ethiopian now, but growing up I did, and people think I look Ethiopian, so when I hear my name is Gannett, they're like, oh my gosh. So really look forward to that's going to be on Sunday. I think I'm going to be wrapping up soon because I'm exhausted. We slept for a couple hours in and out, a little bit on the plane, but we were on the plane from Miami to Paris, 7 hours. We were in Paris like mad people, taking the bus to go to the Eiffel Tower. There's a lot of construction around the Eiffel Tower, so it was hard to get to like where we wanted. It took us probably too much time to get to where we want. And then from Paris to Tel Aviv, and then we're torn between, do we take the train, which is cheaper than the taxi, and we bit the bullet and we took the taxi in, and he did not speak English, so that was also a little challenge there. Paris people were speaking English, we did pretty well. So yeah. And let me just see. I had some notes. I don't know where they are now. If there's anything else I want to add, anything else you think I should add? And I'm glad Niki joined me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes. She's great support of pretty much all that I do. Nearly all that I do. And I support you as well, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah, we do. We definitely try. For those of you, because some people are watching this, they're not familiar with Niki Lopez, which feels weird to me, but they may not know. She has a page that's called Niki Lopez, and she spells Niki Niki, so Niki Lopez Creative. She generally goes live every Tuesday. I go live 6 p.m. EST, except for today because I'm in Tel Aviv. She goes Tuesdays, what time?
I normally go Tuesdays 8:30 to 9 p.m., but because of the time difference, and I hope Pumpkin doesn't fade.
Pumpkin, yeah.
I've switched it out to 7:30. I'll be live on Niki Lopez Creative. So yeah, hopefully you all can join me. It's less than an hour away.
You can put your link in. Here's my notes. Anybody can read it? Let's see here. Yes, I love that they do that. Good point. Sonia's saying happy they have those centers, so important to make immigrants feel welcome. Hello, right? America needs to try and follow that lead. Let's see here. Yeah, I think I covered everything. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we're going to get some rest. Thank you. Carlene is here like every week, and she's from in Jamaica. Yeah, we have a few people. I'd say the audience growing who are tuning into Queer Qonversations. Sorry I was late, but I think you forgive me since I'm across the world. And it's AM. So tune in. Next week I'm going to aim to go back to 6 p.m. EST. I'll still be here in Tel Aviv. Still be here in Tel Aviv, and I will see maybe, I guess Niki's kind of my guest today, but Niki's always there. She might not be on screen, but she's always there. So I'll see if I bring a guest, if you have questions for me. I also will share some of the experience. I literally just got here. It's the middle of the night, so I can't tell you how Tel Aviv is. I saw people riding bicycles, and it seemed like...
We're near the beach.
We're near the beach.
We're very close to the beach.
Which is great. So we're here in Tel Aviv for a few days. We go to a place called Kfar Blum. We go to Jerusalem, Bethlehem, a lot of places that you heard from your Bible stories if you had Bible stories as a child. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm G of Verity TV. This is Queer Qonversations. Join me next Tuesday and every Tuesday at 6 p.m. EST. I'm going to blog. I'm going to commit to that. I'm going to blog and share some stories. I'm going to try not to write books. Hey, Sonia, I hope you're still here. You're going to help me edit? Or should I just... Sonia edits with me. I have to big her up because I write for the Sun Sentinel Weekly Opinion. That's a popular newspaper in Fort Lauderdale, Broward County. And every week she's on with me. We edit together. I write and we edit. And she also edits for Island Origin magazine. Yes. So I've written a few. The first article I wrote was about me being gay Jamaican. Shout out to David and Kalib. I know they have their Taste the Island event. If you're in Fort Lauderdale, please go to their event this Saturday, June 2nd. But they also do the magazine Taste the Islands. No, Island Origin is a magazine. Origin. So I wrote an article called, I think, Being a Gay Jamaican, about my life and my journey. And then I wrote an article called Gentrification of Ganja. And I just wrote an article, kind of cute. And Sonia's been editing along with me. Thank you, Sonia, again. And maybe I might ask, I don't know, I should just brave the blogs and not ask it to edit, or do we want to edit the blogs? I don't know, we'll see. Yes, I know, that's so cute. Because Sonia says, she helps me keep, so for the Sun Sentinel opinions, which I do weekly, it's 100 words for what took place last week. So the 2 topics, every week the same. Last week, you write about something from last week, then looking forward. And you write about something about the future, next week in the news, or something relevant, and so on. So it's 100-word limit. So it's like, I asked them, like, can I go over? And they're like, well, like 101. So every week we're like, let's go. And I'll start with like 130 words. And we get this down. We get this down to 101 every week. So big up Sonia, top editor. If you want someone to edit, I gotta plug you, Sonia. If you want someone to edit your work, and she's quick and good, and if you have something that's not sounding right, she'll make you laugh more than feel bad about it, so she has a great I think energy around the writing. We get really excited about like how we use words and how we use sentences and so on. So yeah. Oh, wonderful. Carlene saying the article did so much for her. Thank you. I love that. That's part of what inspires me to do all of this, is really to share my life so that people can feel that they can be themselves, or that they're not alone, see a reflection of themselves, know that there's a community, know that they're not the only person who's like themselves. Because I felt very alone for years. I didn't really see a reflection of myself. So a big part of why I'm so visible, and I say Queer Conversation amplifies the LGBT voice and visibility. And as you can see, I'm always at like TV, very GTV. The whole point is like to show ourselves, so really enjoying. Yeah, that's wonderful that quite a few people have told me the article really helped them in their lives. And that means the world to me. That means the world to me. So thank you so much for supporting. I am fading. Good night from Tel Aviv, Israel. No one says Israel here, by the way. It's Israel. Yeah. So, yeah. You were saying something before I leave?
Yeah, so before we go, since you guys are already online, and Ganette's also going to be there. So in a half an hour, it's 6:54 your time. It's 1:54 our time, a.m. But 6:54, so at 7:30... on Niki Lopez Creative, join us. We'll be here. I'll be chatting a little bit about, my connection of wanting to be here and to support my girlfriend and, my interest in the trip. And, you get to hear from us again. Check us out, and then we're going to crash.
Can I lie down in your live? I'm getting tired, but yes, thank you. Okay, thanks for joining, everyone. And LaToya, say hi back. We say hi back.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Share this live, and like Virgin TV here, and like it on Instagram, and like Thou Art Woman, please. I'm going to tell people here in Israel, fly to Fort Lauderdale in March, come over here and share your art with Thou Art Woman. So I want to recruit some people to come over. Okay.
That would be nice.
Yes. Okay, take care, everyone. Thanks for joining. Bye.